Hey y'all, it's Blake. Today I'm going to be sharing my 2026 planner and journal lineup. I am just so in love with the system that I have carefully curated, okay? So this year I had a very customized system in bullet journaling, but going into 2026, that doesn't work for me anymore. So the last few months I was just figuring that out and what I wanted to do moving forward. And I wanted to make it as loose, if that's the correct term, as possible, not too rigid, so it can continue to fit different, seasons of my life. So with this system, I have a little bit of everything. I have what I need, I have what I want, I have just in case, and I have it as compact as possible. It could be a little bit more compact in terms of like my covers and stuff, but I think overall the functionality, it's like a 100%, like the functionality is there. It's really cute to me. And I think this system will last a while. So I wanted to do like a cozy vibe for this video because I am not at home right now. Our heat is broken and it has to be fixed, like a whole new thing. It wasn't just like a small repair. It's like a whole new thing. And it's supposed to snow or like be freezing temperatures this week. So Cleo and I came to my mom's house in the meantime. And I'm just trying to, make do. I did leave my tea downstairs. My tea is very good. It's a peppermint oolong. It is so good, okay? So let me just give you like the rundown and then we'll do a detailed, I guess, run through of everything. So number one is my personal rings. This is my planner, journal, and reference all in one. My system consists of a planner, a journal, a notebook, a sketchbook, a diary, and a reference. So 6 things. I don't want them to be 6 separate books, but those are the things that those are the categories of things that I would put on paper. So this is also the diary too. So yeah, it covers 4 of them, and that's why I really like the rings, because I can have a lot of different stuff in it. And I also like the rings because I can move things around and change my mind. That's why I think I really like rings. It allows me to change my mind without having a whole new system to get used to. So yeah, I have my planner, my journal, my diary, which I just do in my journaling. My journaling is more like memory keeping, daily logs, and then my reference section with like lists and routines and trackers and logs and stuff like that, important information. So this is my personal rings and a personal Moterm personal Versa. So it's kind of like the cover and the cover. This is like the Giulio Miacard dupe kind of. And this is my first real like fancy planner cover that I got. Well, my husband got it for me and a few years ago. So I've been using it, I think in 2023. So I've been using it for a few years and I just wanted to spice it up. The color was very me then. It's not me now. But something about the cover I really do love, because I've tried other ones, tried to switch, go like a little bit smaller, compact, and I always come back to this one. So something about this setup, it's a lot of leather in there, but something about it, I love it. It makes it much bigger than it needs to be, because this is really the size of what I got going on. And the fact that I could just take this out and this is everything and not take all of the other stuff that I'm carrying is nice. So it just flows. This cover just fits everything, and I've tried other ones and then I just come back to this. So I just haven't wanted to buy, or I haven't been able to commit to buying a new one, which is why I just jazzed it up a little bit with some patches. And so I really love it. I really like that I did this. And because I had already used it for a while, I wasn't too scared to make permanent changes to it. So yeah, this is like kind of like my everything, really. I could do everything in rings. But the only reason that I'm not doing everything in rings is because of the next thing that's coming up, and that is a Stalogy notebook. I cannot get rid of my Stalogy. I cannot get rid of a Stalogy notebook. I don't know what it is. It's like I've tried, but a Stalogy has to be in my life. And one thing about this cover is actually it can fit a B6 in here too. I was trying to see, like, you could have it like this and it's like super chunky, and I don't mind this. This feels very, I know what I'm doing. I like a big notebook and I don't care what you have to say about it. A half year fits much better, but I wanted to keep this notebook all year. I didn't want to fill it up and then do a new thing. For some reason I just wanted it to be a full year, so I went with a full year Stalogy. So this is what I call my brain dump notebook. This is a B6 Stalogy in the blue color and the grid. And for a while, before I got really deep into journal and planner stuff, I kept little notebooks that I would just brain dump in, and they usually consisted of me working through my ideas and concepts and stuff like that. And I could just write and write and write and write and write the same thing over and again and plan the same thing and draw it out. And I think this last year, maybe last 2 years, I kind of incorporated, I said I want everything all in one, so I incorporated what I would normally do in a notebook like this into my main system, and it just doesn't, it's not the same. And I really just need a place to just spread out, and it's really just like thinking on paper. That's what this is. And so I thought, I really want to use a Stalogy, but I know it's not going to work for me as a planner, like an all-in-one thing anymore. So why don't I took one thing out of my main system and put it into here, which is the brain dumping, because when I brain dump in my personal rings, it ends up being just like, it feels like I should throw the paper away, and I don't want to do that. So what I do on brain dumping in a notebook makes it a little bit more put together and less scratch notes, chicken scratch, because I do like to keep all my stuff. So this is my brain dump. I just call it a notebook. This is my notebook. And I'm so happy because I put function, like a very important use, to something that I wanted. So I'm really happy about that. And I really think it's gonna work. And I think it really it will work this year, because if I want to, it can fit in here. I am kind of kicking myself because I should have set up the half year Stalogy and not the full year, but I was like, no, I want the full year. But a half year would have fit nicely in here, but it's okay, because just in case I ever want to change my personal rings cover, I don't want it to be dependent on whether or not my Stalogy fits in it. So it's okay. I don't mind that these are separate. I was thinking of getting another, like if I get a new cover, the Versa, but I think this is the 2.0, and now they make a 3.0, and I don't know if it fits all of this, if it fits all of it, but I guess it wouldn't matter if I don't know. I digress. On to the next thing is a cute new addition to my system this year. I just shared my art journal flip through, my 2025 art journal flip through in Vlogmas day 2. So this is my 2026 art journal. I'm so excited about this one because of this cover mostly. So my art journal consists of just an A6 sized book. It can be an actual sketchbook, which is what I used this year. But while I was in trial and error mode, I picked up some 2025 Hobonichis, the Hobonichi cousin, and the A6, because I always wanted to try Hobonichi, but deep down I knew it wouldn't work for me. I just wanted to try it because I'm on the internet and influenced. So I bought them on sale during Prime Day, I think it was. And so I decided, I was like, after I got them, I was like, I already knew that they weren't gonna work for like my main system, and I thought they could be an art journal. So the A6 I will be using as my 2026 art journal, and I've set it up very nice. And while I was scoot her back in there. While I was shopping for my a new cover for my main system, my personal rings, I saw that they had this hot pink cover. From my knowledge, they only make this hot pink cover in the 86. Let me hurry up. And I thought it was perfect. So yeah, this is my 2026 art journal, and it is the A6 Hobonichi Techo in a Moterm A6 Elite cover in hot pink. Love it. Okay, and the final thing in my lineup is just a simple pocket notebook. This is a 5-star notebook from Walmart, I think, and this I just had sitting around. This was the last thing that I added to my system because I couldn't get my main systems compact enough where I could just kind of like fit it in my purse and easily take with me without it being like needing a second bag. So when I'm doing, and for some reason I just feel like something's missing if I leave the house without my journal or my planner, but this can just be a little big for just errands because I'm usually have my baby with me, and it can just be too much. So I added this. This is a pocket notebook that will live in my purse and in my purse only. It's not anything more than that. So when I am on just like day errands, I have something to write things down in. And then from here, I'll rip this out. These pages are perforated, and then punch it and put it in my main system or tape it into my notebook. So this is meant to like transfer to my main systems, but without copying. I don't want to have to rewrite things because I'm not going to, and I don't want this to become something more than that will take away from what I already have going on. So this will just live in my purse, and it will just be a place to write things down when I'm not home and don't have my things, or just don't have my things, and then I'll transfer them into that by tearing out the pages and putting it here. I considered this system being an M5 rings binder because you could just like, they're already punched and the punches fit in the personal size, but I didn't want to buy a new thing because I have a lot of these like small notebooks that I want to use up. So I thought this would be perfect. And these pages are perforated, so I can just rip it out easily. So yeah, that is my pocket notebook. One thing that I guess I didn't really talk about is my journaling pouch. So I'll get into this in another video on another day because this one might be a little bit too long. So not too long, but just long. Here is everything that I'll be using in 2026 and that I've already started using, and that's super functional. The only things that I want to change, like if I feel the need to change things, is I just want to remind myself that I don't need new systems, because now that I've had years of trial and error now, and so these things I know work and have worked for multiple years, and they work even when like life changes. So if I'm feeling stagnant, don't change the system. Maybe change how it looks. Maybe refresh the order. Maybe put it away and don't use it. But I don't think I'll need to switch to like completely new systems, even though it might look super enticing online. So like changing out the cover may help. Covers, adding new stickers, or just not using it. Maybe I just don't need to use it. So let me know if y'all have your lineup set up, what you'll be using, and yeah, I would love to hear about it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.